Blunts and coffee, yeah, coffee and blunts. Blunts and coffee, yeah, coffee and blunts. Blunts and coffee, yeah, coffee and blunts.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to another edition of Coffee and the Blunt podcast. I'm your host, A. Clay, from around the way with my boy,
Be great.
Neekcinco.
Yeah, and this is the episode before the New Year's, you know what I'm saying, before we go into the New Year. And we've been up and down for the last couple weeks.
De los años.
What's that mean?
Happy New Year. Feliz de los años.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas. Feliz de los años. Años is year.
Christmas.
But we're going to stick to the script real quick and just check the temperature in the podcast, you know what I'm saying, around the little boy, you know what I'm saying. So we're going to start with Be Great, looking at the Marvel collection.
It's been a while. I'm looking at some old school Marvel cards from back in the 90s that I haven't seen since probably the 90s. And yes, everything is great. I feel very open, alive, and great, man, overall, because I am getting business taken care of.
Okay.
Day to day, working out, eating great, eating well, and just feeling alive, man. Feeling alive. And in these trying times too.
All right, that's what's up. I asked you the question after I asked Neek how about him, you know what I'm saying? How you been feeling, Neek?
I've been feeling pretty good, man. You know, it's the holidays, so getting ready for that. Other than cussing out video game companies for being bad and doing shit I don't like. It's been chilling, man. You know, working, trying to get things in line for future ventures and stuff like that, future content to be made.
That's good. That's a good segue, because I was going to ask Be Great, and then I just figured I asked both of y'all at the same time in the direction. How y'all feel? We've been talking about the past. I said the past. We're talking about the pod for the past couple of days, and what direction we gonna take it in the future and everything. And I honestly feel strong about the team and the unity we forming right now. You know what I'm saying? We've been rocky, but we are showing some. How you say? Let me get my
signs of coordination, maybe
continuity. That's it, continuity.
Yeah, I like that word.
Yeah.
It sounds like something that Captain America say.
Yeah, we showing some. That's my Walt Clyde Frazier. That's what I'm going to bring next year. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try and bring a whole new vocabulary next year. You know, broaden my vocab. Yeah. Start doing some TI. You know what I'm saying? But we for the fans, we decided to take it a lot more serious and just go hard for y'all next year. So expect a lot and a lot more better things coming, and a lot more bigger things coming from me and Be Great and the rest of the crew. You know what I'm saying? So look out for that. Other than that, we was having a good conversation before the pod, and we ended up on the Kanye and T.I. joint. And y'all already know my stance on Kanye, but I did like that song a lot. I don't know why it didn't get played like I think it should have.
Well, of course, because
What's old, so?
most of these songs that have a conscious theme to them don't get played on the radio, for one.
Can we blame the radio nowadays?
We don't, to some degree, yeah. But it's always been a blame when it came to certain music. Of course.
No, I'm saying because it's so much now platforms. So
it wouldn't exactly. So that's why when we say you don't know why it doesn't get play, it's because we're not playing it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? It's us as the individuals now, because we have the option, and radio is just radio. Okay. But aside from that, touching on the Kanye aspect, just alone, when what brought us, talking about him necessarily was the fact that he said slavery was a option some years ago, and we're gonna just hit on that just a little bit, you know what I mean? And I agree to the point where when the people are being oppressed and killed and raped and pillaged, and they don't fight for their lives and their people's lives, that is the opposite of the law of nature and life. You do not submit openly, willingly to your demise and your rulership. So whether you're being cowardice or in lacking bravery, you know what I mean? That is your choice right there, because you have the option to fight, to die in the fight over being
Killmonger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, rather how he said, I'd rather death than bondage, because you know that it is self-preservation. Self-preservation is the initial law and rule of living. You have to survive. No other. If it was the other way around, let's just say, if it were the white man or whatever in that position, they would have fought barbarically, and they would not have allowed that to just happen. Now, here's another thing. Don't get it misconstrued, because a lot of what happened was, from my findings, is that the said Africans, the very little that were brought here, that the number is plagiarized or exaggerated, rather, my bad, exaggerated, the very little, those people fought because they were tribal people and they were very savage-like. And the slave traders were like, oh, hell no, we not messing with them like that. What they did was trade back and forth up and down the Americas, south, north, and these islands, these Caribbean islands, with more docile people that were already civilized but considered uncivilized because they knew how to farm the land. You can't get people from tribal areas and expect them to learn the language and farm the land. Obviously, those people that were being enslaved were already here because they knew the land. That is common sense. So I'm gonna just leave it with that.
I know, but I don't want to get off the main point of him, because he said it was an option. Now, my thing was, could they been manipulated and brainwashed back then too, to the point where some of them
how I was gonna go with it.
Yeah, where some of them was feared, like they kind of
that's obvious.
And that's what I was just saying. So, and that's when I kind of feel where some black people was like, we didn't have the option, because a lot of them.
You always got an option.
No, but hold on, you do, but a lot of them was scared about the other side. Because in some ways, some of them plantations were their home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Master was doing some fucked up shit, but that's all they knew. So imagine them, you know what I'm saying, rebelling and thinking they going to find some freedom or nothing, but wind up, and they could also thinking they go.
What I was thinking as we was talking about it, because like Ye said it, and like when I heard the old interview clip, like I get the point he's making, and because if we do outnumber them, you know. Sure, there's gonna be sacrifices because
there was a lot of slave rebellions.
Of course, I'm not denying that.
But now the question becomes, what's next? Where do you go? Because you're somewhere where it goes on everywhere, and you ain't about to swim back to Africa or something like that.
Or now you like, well, what Barry was saying, what B Great was saying, because a lot of them
hiding in the woods.
Yeah, a lot of them was already here. Like that fiction of
Still
them coming and get
woods.
slaves over here. I never believed that either, because that whole ocean and all, you getting sick. By the time they get here, they probably dead.
It was only a few. It was only a few.
Yeah, they say they died and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there were sicknesses. They defecated on themselves. They couldn't.
You said the Killmonger thing, because I've said that to somebody having this discussion before. Like, because I hate that line, honestly.
You do?
Death before bondage.
Why you hate that?
Bondage.
I feel like if you're somebody who believes in God, you're definitely just saying God does not have nothing better than your cards for you. You're just totally giving up right then and there.
Okay.
And basically what he was saying, like the self-perseverance and all that stuff, man.
You didn't feel his pain through that though. I kind of felt his pain.
I felt his pain. I felt what he was trying to say, but
I think he got that message
I know you
off
don't want
right.
to live that life. Nobody would want to live that life.
Yeah.
But you just gonna kill yourself. You're not even gonna get
I get what you're saying.
Place in life.
A lot of slaves did though, and that's what I was trying to say.
I get what you're saying.
A lot of them also
supposedly.
Yeah.
See, now this is the thing. We got to go.
But is that not like giving up on life though?
Yeah, of course. We
Yeah,
got to go based on what we heard. And they made it sound so profound and prominent in the movie when he said that. However, I agree with you, Neek, because I would have been on some not killing myself shit personally. I would have went to kill and got killed in the process because I would have went to go for Master's head on some Nat Turner shit and then try to run and get killed in the process. I'm not taking myself out. See, now that's where even if I had some kind of recognition or subscription to God, I would be like, hell no, I'm not killing myself, but I will fight for my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to I'll take death over bondage in that sense that, I'm going across that line and you shoot me in the back like Pretty Ricky on Life and all that. But I'm not going to stab myself in the chest or jump overboard without trying to swim. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that.
I don't think he really wanted to kill himself either.
Yeah.
Let's retain to the movie. It's just that.
But that's how they made it look. They made it look so glorious because it was Hollywood. It was a film. But obviously, that's what he meant. Death over bondage, meaning that he would fight.
I think he was trying to.
He'd rather be dead.
No, I think he was trying to say that message to T'Challa. He was trying to let him know because he felt Wakanda didn't, represent
overall.
For
exactly. Yeah. He didn't.
So he kind of telling him like, "Yo, death over bondage." Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How many people back then said shit like, "Yo, we outnumber these motherfuckers like crazy."
There's a lot of slave rebellion.
And niggas just laughed at him or something.
Oh yeah.
Shut up, Otis.
That's supposedly what happened. You know what I'm saying? There were people that like even Malcolm said it in a more present time that when you get that group or that one person that's like, yo, I don't know or something. Or yo, man, come on, man, we ain't gonna be. You gotta kill them because you gotta weed them out. Those are the first, even if they're your so-called your people, because they're gonna be the ones to hold you back. So there were people like that on the plantation. What do you mean, kid? This is the way we supposed to live. How are we gonna make it to heaven? This and that, because they were manipulated, like you said. This is what this Bible taught them and what they were taught in churches and stuff like that, or whatever, Sunday school, that hey, you gotta submit. And you got to turn the other cheek. And you got to follow the rules of the master in order to make it to heaven. So that's where the programming and the manipulation came in.
So now let's bring it to present time.
That's where the fear came in.
Now let's bring it to present time now. You see how he just said that. Now with all this internet stuff, the fear, you seeing all the fear with the, you know what I'm saying? Do you think it could play out again where, like you said, the original people was tricked into back, you know what I'm saying? To
be honest, I don't think it's gonna be that. I feel like there's too much knowledge, and from what because since you asked me personally, I'm not going based off of anything specifically right now. I'm gonna go based on what I perceive and what I'm coming across. People are truly waking the fuck up, and there is something happening, whether it be esoteric, astrological and stuff like that, but people are definitely in more of an awareness state.
Okay,
and they are not, and they're leaving a lot of that stuff alone.
I'd like to call it more of they're in a state of questioning things now. They're not necessarily aware, but they're aware enough to just question things now.
There's a lot of people
like
questioning things, but there are people that are aware. Like
people aren't just going at face value anymore.
Right, but people are aware in the sense that they are gathering facts, and it's like, yo, this ain't this, and this is this, or this is.
Well, I got a question.
This is leaning more toward this and not that. So it's the see now, and based on what I come across, the Piscean age was the more gullible age, which we just pretty much came out of. And this is why, I don't want to get too much into that. However, being in the Aquarian age, Aquarius, that age is more in the realm of intellect. And we moved out of the Piscean childish age, the gullible wondering age, the Alice in Wonderland, which is another reference to that movie as a whole too, because there's a lot of nuance, or whatever. What do you call that? Not nuance. What do you
metaphors?
You know what I'm saying? Some innuendos when it comes to that. But either way, it's like snapping out of that wonderment, and now knowing.
All right, this is my last question on this, and then we're gonna switch the topic. All right, you said we are, and this is why I asked her the history repeats itself. My whole thing is the people that originally came down here was higher beings, right? They was all knew all whatever, you know what I'm saying? And eventually, I guess we dumbed down or whatever, so we lost the knowledge. You get what I'm saying? Like the knowledge we could.
So what you're asking is, do we think that?
No, I'm asking like, cause he said I'm saying at one point the original people was supposed
The
to.
knowledge was stolen and hidden. The knowledge was stolen. The knowledge was given and traded off. A lot of this stuff comes from the Moors too.
So you don't think it could happen again now?
I'm not. It doesn't really. I'm not saying that I don't think that it could happen right now. That kind of doesn't matter to me in a sense.
It do matters because we can
to me it doesn't, because it would have to take a lot of time anyway, because we're not even in the full development of this society being at its complete downfall. And all societies do usually crumble, and that's what happens repeatedly. So when that bridge comes, then we'll cross it. Right now, it's not a matter of will it happen again. Let this happen first, because this society, this empire right now, with the United States and China and all of that, and this new world order has to crumble first completely. During this whole process of regaining some stability in this earth, because it is very unstable and wacky out here.
Right.
It is exactly. So if something is all that could happen to me right now that I know of is the slowing down of the progression of the people that's rising. You know what I'm saying? That's what's That's what's happening, and ultimately, if it's not a war, and well, we're already at war, not physically. It's a war. It's a battle. It's a pushback here and there, whatever. But ultimately, what's going to happen is there's going to be some kind of compromise. Something cataclysmic, more than likely, is going to happen, or there's going to be some compromise. And the people that are being oppressed and under are either going to, start really, really getting aggressive, or there's going to be an amicable, which I ultimately believe that may happen to some agreeable stance, an amicable stance where we're supposed to separate like we should have been did. And get and that integration shit is going to cease. You know what I'm saying? People are going to get their part, and that it's either that the war, the physical fight, or just the separation. That's what I believe, or that's how I feel.
Right. All right. That was good. That was a good topic. That hit for a minute. We got, you know what I'm saying? I got some more. I'm going to switch it up real quick for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know Neek probably didn't even watch the show yet. I've been telling him to watch it.
Yeah, let me get some burn, man.
You too.
What's up?
Hitmonkey, which is a hit. So they bringing it back for season 2.
Yeah.
And they are saying Marvel is such a big surprise. It might hit the big screen.
Yeah, it's the big screen. I'll be
It was,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie, I'll be surprised if it's the big screen.
The story overall, even like you always said, everything should have a backstory. Even the backstory from this comic book, meaning the people that brought it to life, is kind of interesting. So I'm like, yo, this character, he might be the next little raccoon.
10 episodes right now.
Yeah.
I'm finishing Game of Thrones tonight, so maybe tomorrow. Hopefully, I
Game of
tomorrow.
Thrones.
Yeah,
You talking about the Game of Thrones, the original? There's no newer ones because it did end, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're just
okay.
all right. So you're just getting.
I tried
into it.
like 3-4 times.
I was getting to say, I don't know how you
got
do it.
Yeah.
Dog.
I heard it was really good.
I had
used
mixed
to
feelings early.
Yeah.
Oh, like this is good writing and stuff like that, but it's just because I'm not really into this
Into the
stuff.
type of stuff.
But now I'm in. I'm like.
It seemed like something I could get
The
into.
show
I
is
just never
wrapping up,
tried to
so-
get.
Yeah.
Because Rob used to always be, Game of Thrones, Rob Ski used to always,
Yeah.
yo,
Rob used to
yo.
always be on this
Nah,
like,
the way
show.
it's wrapping up, because I get to watch it straight through because, I'm just binging it and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I can see where if you had to wait that whole, 8 years for this, where it kind of whack. But because I'm watching it straight through, this is kind of fire.
flame.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of fire,
When you see it
bro.
consecutively like that, I guess it helps.
And season 7 and 8, you can kind of tell where they were rushing it, trying to get the shit over with.
Yeah.
But I feel like the way they handled it for being a rush content, they still did a good job with it. They still did a good
I
job.
have never seen their show. I'm probably doing a
I'm not
disservice to
saying you
myself.
have to watch it,
But where you rate it on TV scale, like TV shows?
I don't feel like
Where'd
it's
you-
a 9, so I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Well, I was getting ready to say, would you put it in the category as a Wire or
Not one of those greatest shows of all time. But
Nah.
it's right there.
Nah? A lot of people
I
might like
haven't
that.
seen it, and see, this the thing.
It's an awesome show.
I think some certain people would just be biased and opinionated in that sense, because of the whole science fiction aspect. So to compare it to The Wire and whatnot is kind of
I wasn't comparing it.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, or put it in, because you said a greater. Well, all right, not necessarily comparing, but all right. What do you consider? What makes a show great? See, that's what the question would be.
What's the?
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
man.
Because what are you into? Realism or nonfiction, science fiction?
I'm
or what?
normally not into stuff that's like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that for sure. But the writing is really good.
Okay.
I feel like they executed so much so well. There's a couple moments where I'm like, it's either dry or they disappointed me. But overall, the show was really well. Characters I didn't like at the beginning of the show, I was invested in toward the end.
Okay.
They have really good redemption stories in the show. So some people who you just hate, they have these great storylines that turn them around. So really good writing. I feel like the Night King was a letdown. I won't lie. He was supposed to be like the big bad, even though in my mind he's not the big bad. It's Cersei. But he was a little bit of a letdown. But
Cersei, is it that a character from 300?
Yeah,
So I guess
sure.
it's the same name.
yeah, but it's probably all around the same time period.
Yeah, I
So
was
they
just
use the
wondering.
same
No,
name over and over
because
again.
is it
Cersei
that
is also a
time?
character in the Eternals. So-
Okay. So it's the name.
Have you seen? I mean, you've seen it, right?
What, Eternals?
Yeah.
No.
It's coming to Disney Plus January
Alright,
12th.
I'll get ready to say should I watch it before I watch Spider-Man? I got tickets for Spider-Man.
Speaking of
I got them too. I'll be there 17th. The 17th.
I haven't had too much research or whatever into this, but recently I was just reading. It was actually yesterday, because somebody mentioned that Method Man should be in the Eternals, but he came on my timeline, or they came on my timeline where it's like Method Man is pushing for Marvel to put him in one of these movies. And for years they've been talking about him playing Bishop, and even though he's like my favorite rapper, I'm like, I really don't care at this point, because I just don't care too much about whatever. It's just whatever happens type thing with these movies especially. But I'm like, yo, who would Method Man play?
Disrespect.
That I I mean, that's just me personally, because I'm more into, I look at this stuff, but I don't follow. I just don't chase a lot of this stuff. necessarily.
I'm sold.
I looked at Sonic 2 and that shit looked dope.
Oh my God.
Sonic 2
I was
looked
getting
dope.
ready to say, good segue. I was getting ready to say that was the only thing
I
that
need to
could
comment on both real
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
That was the only thing that could
yeah.
take a little bit of attention away from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They knew it too.
Yeah.
They knew it. That one knuckle punch.
Yeah.
If Method Man was in the MCU,
Yeah.
I don't care who they gave him as a character because Marvel don't be missing. Honestly, they don't be fucking up.
Right, exactly. And then I would love to
They
see
don't
Meth
fuck
in a
that part
film
up.
anyway. I would watch it. But
Who
you
I
know,
want to see in a Marvel is Keanu Reeves, man. I would love to see him in a
Keanu
Marvel role.
Reeves?
They gotta find the right one though. It's gotta be the perfect.
I always
one.
thought he was gonna be Moon Knight. I always thought he was. But the
Sonic?
guy they got right now playing look good. The guy like Moon Knight look dope. Moon Knight look real dope. I ain't gonna even hold you.
But Sonic, I'm hyped for that.
yeah, man.
Ooh, and when you told me,
they
you
did a
just
real great job.
Albert,
Knuckles, I think.
that was fire. I was like, what made them go in that direction? I was like, yeah.
It was
that's dope.
some other
They started
person
something,
in
man.
these
Jim
in these
Carrey's robot.
comments that some people were saying that they were expecting for Knuckles to play. I forget the name, but Idris Elba. I would have never guessed it.
Me either.
Because he has the English, even though he can switch up his accent. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not sure if he's gonna be. I heard him say something when he had punched Sonic.
He said, what make
What
you
do I
think
need your powers?
Yeah.
He didn't sound like he was from the United Kingdom then, because Idris Elba, he switches up his accent
Oh, yeah,
anyway.
all the time.
But he sounded good though.
Oh, he
sounded good as
That's dope.
with the character. So I really think they did.
So wait, so my thing is now I'm hyped. I ain't gonna lie. You're a big Sonic fan. You said.
It's him.
All right.
Yeah, it's definitely him.
Oh,
Is
Idris?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, he switched it up nice though for that scene.
See,
That scene
right.
got me hyped.
So what direction you think they're gonna take it? With
What do I think the movie's gonna be?
yeah.
Kinda.
So what direction you think they should take it?
I like how they brought. I like how they didn't waste time bringing Robotnik back. They brought him back to the
course.
next movie. And then, like,
I mean, he's
they
the
know all
main
bad guy.
villain,
Yeah.
though.
I like they try to squeeze in nothing extra.
Yeah, he's the main
So,
one.
So no, because when I'm
But
saying, because
he's
Sonic
obviously
comic
coming
books
in-
get deep.
The comic, but see, nobody really recognizes.
But that's what I'm
comics
saying.
over
I think
the game.
But I
Yeah.
think, but like you said earlier, they doing a good blend with the
Yeah,
game.
they do a good job of
story.
incorporating game
Okay.
aspects and details into the game. into the
So
movie.
my thing, cause my favorite character out of Sonic is
Shadow.
honestly,
Shadow.
is the I forgot her name, the Bat Girl, the
Rogue the Bat.
Oh, I love
love
her.
her
Yo,
too,
I always thought she was.
I lost track.
Yo, she's dope. I always thought
I think
she
I
was
seen
dope.
interesting character, but okay.
That's my
Yeah.
one. I
So
love her.
you talking about
So
the
you
comic?
like that game? You
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
game?
yeah.
I like
See,
that.
Oh, the
one,
game?
too. That was a great.
But it was a
story.
game.
That was a
But-
great
but
story.
see, yeah, because we used to the Sega too, but after
Yeah,
the
I was playing all
PlayStation,
the
I tried a
Dreamcast
few.
and the Xbox.
I tried the Dreamcast. There's
Yeah.
so many of
Games
them.
up there
Yeah.
are
I
good.
liked Shadow though.
okay.
Yeah, so
I
you
like
played
him.
the game then.
Yeah, I played a little bit. You know
So
what
what
I mean?
direction? Go ahead, Nick. I want to know.
I kind of think it's just gonna be Robotnik coming back from wherever, and I don't think Knuckles might not even be from where Sonic is from. He might be where Robotnik is from, and because he kind of sounded like in the commercial that he's like on Robotnik's side right now.
Right. Yeah. He said
for
he
real?
introduced him.
Oh, Knuckles.
Yeah, he did, right? He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So I kind of think like they're doing a good way of incorporating his I feel like they're doing a good job of incorporating his known intro as being beefing with Knuckles.
Yeah.
But doing it in a little bit of a different way, maybe. I think that's kind of how he's introducing the game, but they might be twisting the story a little bit.
Okay.
As like he showed up, or he was just in the forest, right, in the game.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
He just existed.
showed
He was
up.
just protecting the
Yeah.
Chaos Emerald.
Yeah.
But then he
The
was.
Master
But why
Emerald.
was he against Sonic? Because he was initially against Sonic. They weren't teamed up.
But
at
it's not no
first.
Robotnik shit in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't.
In the
no.
movies,
Yeah.
he literally
So,
killed
right.
Robotnik.
My thing is, I grew up watching the I think Jaleel White
That's the
played
first
both.
one.
He played both
Yeah,
Sonic
Yeah,
Colors.
yeah. He played the goofy.
won.
Did that goofier looking
Yeah,
And
Sonic.
then the one with the rebellion.
The original
robotic-
one.
But I think they
Rock
should
Shadow.
do that. I'm hoping they go that direction.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
Nah?
I don't think they are, but that would be fire.
That would be
direction.
fire,
It'd
bro.
be weird to do it here though. Like, why would it lead from where they are now to that?
Well, you know, like with Shadow, eventually they would have to go back, but I thought that would be dope.
I don't think it's gonna lead too deep either. Like
Okay.
we might get like another movie and that'll be it. Like I don't think we're getting 5 Sonic movies.
Yeah,
Like,
and yeah, we gotta consider Jim Carrey getting older and how much time they taking to do it. Because they could change.
This movie came out like a year
right,
and a half, 2 years
and they
ago.
probably and you know with the way they do it, they pretty much start production right after the first one finishes, and they just take that time.
I went to the Eternals recently, but the last movie I went to before that was Sonic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, before COVID. So
Yeah.
it's like about 2 years old. So they didn't waste no time. Really,
Right.
That's good turnaround.
Exactly. So and you never they probably working on it now.
I'm
They're probably
so
working on
happy
part
they didn't
3.
use that original design for Sonic.
Me,
oh my
Yeah,
God,
it did
that
look
was
weird.
disgusting.
I looked at it
So
earlier too
bad.
because somebody was making fun of it in the comments too. But I was like, the only really change is the eyes, didn't it?
Nah, they changed this
that
whole shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it.
That
I
He
shit
was
crazy.
bad
recently I didn't see
before.
the. He looked
So-
like a human, right?
So here goes a side
I
question.
felt like the movie still would have been good, but it would have
It
been
was
just
just
a
like,
shake in the head,
oh, like, nah,
why is
yeah.
this Sonic?
Right? Yeah. Like, yeah. Get this nigga out.
So do y'all think this is Jim Carrey's comeback?
I think Jim Carrey.
Can you ever really call it a comeback for
he-
Jim?
Ever since that Illuminati thing, he been quiet.
No, he. All right, I'm gonna just say it wasn't so much. I guess what he was saying.
He haven't been
comments.
getting job. I haven't seen him in no work.
He hasn't really been working since the girl died in his care.
Okay.
He allegedly was responsible for the death of this female. If y'all
I never
don't
heard of
really know too much about it, I forget exactly what happened, but a lot of scrutiny was put on him for that, and that's why he kind of like faded also, and he became this philosopher. If I'm not mistaken, it was an illness. I think he even gave the girl a illness like or something maybe.
Wow.
Something that maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I think she.
We gotta Google this.
I think something happened, but the
Siri?
Yeah, I forget exactly what it was, and I will look it up.
We gonna get back to
yeah,
it.
he definitely went into this philosophical stage, and he was kind of pretty much, and that's why when you mentioned Illuminati, I was like, I guess it's kind of similar, but he was doing some Michael Jackson / Tony Mottola Prince type shit where not trying to get his royalties but putting motherfuckers on blast in the industry.
Oh,
and all
yeah.
that to some degree.
Because he went on, was it Jimmy Kimmel? Nah, it was Jimmy Kimmel, and you can see it on YouTube, but he started talking that mess. And then after that, you haven't seen him. You know what I mean? I don't want to say mess, you know what I'm saying?
no,
But
I'm
talking that shit, you know what I mean? And after that, you didn't really hear from him until Sonic. So I was like, do y'all think he gonna be on the verge of,
Making a movie come back and always being around.
Well, yeah.
I don't think he's always gonna be around. He might do like one other movie and call it a day.
Okay.
Shit, he'd be a great MCU role too. Even if it's a
Slapstick.
one movie
Woo,
thing.
that
Even
would
if
be
it's a
fire.
one movie thing. But Jim Carrey, he's like one of my favorite actors. I've always
Slapstick?
Yeah, he would be a dope
He
slapstick.
wouldn't be too old already?
No, not really, because they still would have to CGI. You know what I mean? Because he got an all-white face, you know what I'm saying? So I think he's
Like,
just rubbery for that
The
part.
Grinch is one of my favorite characters ever.
Dope movie.
And
Somebody made a
but not
good
even
point.
just him. I mean, like the book, the
Yeah.
Grinch. Like I like the Grinch, but
But dope movie. He
He
made
killed that movie.
Yeah, he made that
Like,
movie.
he
He
killed
dope
that movie. The movie 23 killed it.
Okay, yeah, 23.
Well, what's my shit? The Truman Show. I love that movie.
Okay, my bad. I don't see. I don't know where the. I don't know how I got it.
I love it.
You know why I? Oh yeah. Okay. See, it wasn't.
That shit's scary.
Maybe I was
getting.
getting him mixed up with this guy, the fucking Charlie Sheen guy for whatever reason.
Okay.
But no. All right. A lawsuit brought against. It wasn't.
Charlie Sheen.
No, well, I'm talking about this story. But no, there was a death. All right, a lawsuit brought against Jim Carrey over the death of his ex-girlfriend has been dismissed. The actor's representative told the Rap on Thursday. Blah, blah, blah. It was a drug thing, though. It was Carey's cross complaint in response to the wrongful death suit has been on. It's been published. Blah, blah, blah. Carey was sued by Catherine White's estranged husband, Mark Burton. I guess the girlfriend's estranged husband. This was in 2016. Alleged that Carey illegally obtained highly addictive and, in this case, deadly drugs under the name Arthur King. So basically, he supposedly bought the drugs. So that's probably why I was getting things distorted with STD.
Wait, Jim Carey, the stage name?
No, I think he used the name Arthur King as an alias.
Okay, I was about to say, I was like, wait, Jim Carey is a stage name?
Yeah.
Like, what?
He illegally...
My whole life would have been turned upside down. Like,
Well,
no
see,
way.
yeah. Well, see, that's the thing,
I'd have been
too.
sitting on this roof, bro.
Yeah, you know, because his name...
You ain't the mask.
You know what I mean? When he comes up in the original... That movie with, I guess, Earth Girls Like Men from whatever, with Damon Wayans and it's an old movie. It was like the first movie they were in where they were all aliens. Jim Carrey was the yellow alien. He had all the fur. Damon Wayans had all the red fur. Brian, you remember? It's an old movie with this.
Yeah, when they were
from
aliens.
Independence Day.
Yeah, it's mad old. Not old. Yeah, it's old.
Yeah, it's mad. It's like the 80s. It was like his first movie.
Yeah, I
He
remember
was
that.
with Damon Wayans,
yeah.
and what's this the Fly? What's the Fly name?
The Fly.
Yeah, from Independence Day.
I don't know.
Y'all know the nigga from Independence Day. He was in Jurassic Park. He was in mad movies. Jeff Goldblum. Jeff Goldblum. And Jim Carrey's name in that movie was, well, his name is, but it came up as James Carey. So I will believe that's his real name. Because it didn't come up as Jim until later on in his career. Like on In Living Color. Matter of fact, in Living Color, I think his name comes up as James Carey. Not even as Jim. But either way, yeah, I guess that was his alias and shit like that. But yeah, you know, so.
I was like, wait, what? My world about to turn upside down.
And bugged out.
He went through that, and so cause yeah, like and it was another one. Y'all, I don't think y'all seen it, or and I liked it. Eternal Sunshine on the Spotless Mind, or something like
I
that.
never seen that.
It was a good movie. Armando, he the one put me on to this shit like some years ago, and Jim Carrey is kind of living like this. It's almost like it's weird. It's a weird movie because it's like a Truman Show type, but it's a girl. And I think the girl has amnesia or something. And somehow he keeps trying to get her to remember him. And he could tap into her mind somehow. And it's like a love story, but it's science fiction in a way. It's a really good movie. It's a really good movie. I think it's, Eternal Sunshine.
Jim Carrey is a good
Spotless
actor.
Mind. Yeah.
He's a good actor. All right, let's moving on. We're gonna stay with the movies because you already know what's hitting next week. The Spidey universe is coming, and it is coming hard, man. Pause. And everybody excited. Like I said, the only thing that could take a little attention away from it was that Knuckles punching Sonic, and that was crazy. But as far as seeing these new hobgoblin shots, seeing the new Spidey suit with the Spidey, I'm like, yo, this might be this.
But remember how I said it's taken away from the
Oh yeah, it is.
Like they doing interviews with the villain cast, and I'm like, oh, see, this is just taking
away from it. Yeah,
surprise of them
so
being there.
but I'm hoping they really got some
gonna
shit
come
up
out
their
with some
sleeve.
more.
Like
Yeah.
at first they were like trying to build up the anticipation for the surprise, and then they kept repeatedly just throwing it in your face. Here's the surprise. Here's the surprise.
They got more surprises.
Well, Sony
Yeah, they're
wanted.
trying to hold the Spider-Man back. Like we don't know already. Like,
Sony
come on,
got the
man.
build up, and Marvel was trying to make it more like, yo, let's hold it back. You know what I'm saying? That was Sony, but I think the
This is called Homecoming? Which one is this?
No Way Home.
No Way Home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Homecoming came out already.
Yeah,
Right.
And this is basically
No Way Home.
Yeah,
Okay. Like the
sequel.
Spideyverse.
Yeah, yep.
And it's a bunch of Spider-Mans.
Homecoming was the
Well,
first
yeah,
one,
Right.
yep.
and then we have
Alright.
Far From Home.
And not a
Far
bunch of
From Home.
Spider-Mans. It's the main two from the first two
So
movies.
it's the main two.
The whole big hype is that they all coming into one universe. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's like real hyped about that.
So
you know?
2099 and all of them, like that was in that picture with them sitting in the movies that has nothing to do with the movie?
No.
With all the war, Spider-Man.
That's just the thing. That
Then,
they
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I feel like that's older than these rumors too. Like that picture.
That's when fans they wanted it. That's when they wanted it. Now they got it. So everybody just,
That's a cool idea.
I think people gonna be sleeping outside.
They're fucking weirdos.
I think people are.
They're fucking
Did you
weird.
see them? No, this how deep this shit is. I watched the
Why
reaction
would
trailer.
you sleep outside if you got a ticket?
No, just to have, because I think they're gonna make it an event. I really think they're gonna make it an event. I was
have a Spider-Man in the lobby.
I was watching the action, the trailers, but the what you call it, the trailers with the people reactions. Girls love this shit, yo. They are into this. Like, girls are sold into
Spider-Man?
the
expect
whole
that to be what you
Marvel
said.
shit. Like, the whole. They are heavy. I thought little boys are like, we was heavy with the cards.
Oh, you talking about mainly because of cosplay, mainly, right?
Nah, I don't even think it's just because of cosplay.
You talking about girls are into to comics now?
Yeah.
Way more than you thought.
Yeah,
Period. That's it.
way more. Like, I went to art and design. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I seen
I
girls
never
into
known
comic books.
females. Not many females are being this, but maybe the younger
This shit is
generation
heavy,
now.
boy.
Because when we were growing up, it wasn't that big, but there were females into comics.
No, I know.
But it just probably grew more over time.
No,
and
it got
I would
deeper.
definitely say it's because of a lot of the cosplay, man.
Nah,
These
that
girls
too.
love
They
to dress up like
they love the
like these
cosplay.
characters, man.
But Spider-Man is an American hero because
Yeah,
everybody loved Spider-Man, bro. Like,
easy.
you should see these reaction videos. Like, people just grabbing each other and jumping up and down, running around. I was like, this shit is crazy. I got hyped. I ain't
And
gonna
you
lie.
gotta imagine when that first one came out with Toby, that was explosive.
Damn, that was
because
a minute ago too.
That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was so explosive to see that live action version of Spider-Man done so well because the CGI had to be great in order, because when we got Spider-Man live action, it was dope to see him live action, but it was corny. You know what I'm saying? That was in the 70s one. And then after that, it was like, how the fuck are they gonna pull off Spider-Man? And then they did it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really jumped it off, man.
And I like
That
what
was-
I think that's why he gets so much credit. But I'm like, yo, the new Spider-Man is way better.
Mm-hmm.
Way better.
Yeah, the new one, right. The new one, of course.
Tom
Of
Holland
course, it got
excellent.
better, and they had to get better. People are always gonna pay homage to the original one because they had to pull off that one so well, and it was great. But of course, it got better. You know what I'm saying? It only had to get better because they had to outdo themselves from the first one. They couldn't be subpar or pretty much on the same wavelength. We gotta we're getting better with this technology, or we have the budget to use better technology, because I'm sure they already have.
Oh yeah,
And you know what I mean?
the Green Goblin. What's the actor name? I forgot his names.
Yeah.
Willem
Dafoe.
Dafoe. Yeah, but he even said it. His suit in the first one was hell. He said he hated it, but he was like, this new shit, he was like way better. He was like, they don't even. Yeah, he was like, they don't even gotta fit me. All they do is just scan me, and then they just call me in and put on the suit. He was like, I love it. He was like, the first one was just horrible, you know what I'm saying? I had the wires, I was like, wow, I didn't know it was that much work back then. Even the technology,
everything.
but that goes to show you how rapid we are really moving, advancing as in humans. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's only 20 years ago.
Old actors are probably some of the best people to talk to get that kind of experience.
Yeah.
Because they've seen such a massive jump in the equipment that they've used.
You gotta understand.
last 20
A lot of this stuff has been around,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't.
Like you said, they hid it from
Wasn't
us.
allowed. No, even then, like they probably just didn't want to use the budget to do what they're doing right now, and
I see
they
what
do
you're
this
saying.
purposely.
Okay.
They do this
The
purposely, and
build-up.
of course,
Okay.
they'll make it seem like, oh yeah,
Okay.
we're advancing. They already got this shit. They already got it. They've been had it, and then they do this stuff. Well, let's just get the people this much, because they got it's marketing. It's marketing, and then they keep building off of that. It's money. You know what I'm saying?
I can see that.
That's why, because it just makes sense. Like, how would you advance that fast? You know what I'm saying? You have to already have it, or some degree.
Working, they still working.
But then again,
you don't think if they're like, 2D's out, they weren't already on the idea of like 3D, thinking about 3D?
Not. See, I'm far beyond that. I'm thinking they using it
because my theory. My thing to back that up.
Even if they are, it's trial and error. They're still at that point.
Because my thing to back that up. I watched the Nike joint, and you saw how they had the Back to the Future thing, and they was really trying to develop it. And you see the girl. She started as an intern. And she was like, in the beginning of the documentary, the technology ain't there. And then they go speed up.
They do have scientists that work on these things. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. You know, I've seen that too. And they have labs.
We went to school
and we seen, you know
shit.
what I'm saying? We know that there are people in the field, right, that have that have these jobs and stuff like that. The equipment and the revolution in it, you know what I'm saying, that they're working on, I think, for the most part, supersedes what they already have. So say like they have the 5G.
Yeah, I was going to say
they already got the 10G, more or less.
Well, they developing it. I think they working on it.
They're like 5 steps. Like, that's basically what I'm saying. So
that's how creatives work.
With him, I'm saying, more than likely, they probably had some, but it's like,
we ain't gonna put it out like that. Yeah, you ain't gonna feed it too much.
And it makes it seem like the advancement was so quick. Cause like, remember you said like, damn, you see the progression. Yeah. However, just
we don't
just
see the
imagine, just imagine that they're way more than what we see. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. They are working on it, right?
Yeah, they have the idea.
Yeah, they have a lot of the access too.
Because like I said at the beginning, if they're thinking 2D, they have to be thinking 3.
Yeah.
And why would they just stop at that?
So this is an offbeat question because we talking about scientists and stuff. I was watching. I was reading Prodigy's. Audio. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, listening to it. But anyway, long story short. Also caught the Breakfast Club interview 4 years ago, and he said he thought Albert Einstein was a fake, and he backed it up on Prodigy, the rapper. He backed it up with he was one of them dudes that worked in patent. So he was one of the dudes that like you had an idea, you'll go and he'll look at your patent, boom, boom, boom. So he was like, imagine back then. He's back, you know what I'm saying? He's there, and he's seeing these patents and stuff like that. Yada yada. And he was saying, and it's true too. He did have dyslexia. He wasn't that bright in school. He actually, you know what I'm saying? That was his whole thing about Albert Einstein. He was not that bright in school, but real, you know what I'm saying? That bright mind.
Look,
and shit
I
like
kind of
about
that. See, this is the thing. Like. I'm gonna just say, like, I delve into a lot of that stuff. So, I don't really want to, cause I'm not well versed in certain areas. I don't really want to, but that's just it. Einstein was in competition with another scientist. I forget his name, and they made Einstein, like many other people that are at the forefront in anything in American society. They put him as the poster boy. He was the poster boy, but Einstein wasn't that nigga. He wasn't. It was this other guy. Like you said, the patents and all that stuff. I forget this guy's name he was in competition with. Because Einstein, you know, he came from over there, he Jewish guy, whatever. He used to abuse his wife. Einstein was the nigga was a dirtbag. You know what I mean?
I never knew that.
Yeah. And then They let him in that whole E = MC square and all of that. It was a race to get to that conclusion, that formula. And that guy he was competing with.
What is that formula?
I forget exactly. I heard it recently.
Right.
I heard
nigga looked over at me and said, "What is that for?"
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a Jeopardy question.
Yeah, because I learned what it was. It was like it's something about the relativity of existence or something like that. I think something to that extent.
Do we use it?
It's a formula. I don't use the shit. Like he said, I don't know what the fuck it means. Like why? Yeah, I forgot what they even said when I was looking at this shit. But either way, my whole exactly like the fuck. Who is MC squared? This nigga throwing jams and shit. What the fuck? That sound like a rap group, nigga. Shit. I don't know.
Yo, hold on. Talking about rap groups. I'm sorry. Yo, I was on YouTube watching Tougher Than Lover. I did not know Flavor Flav start that movie. It is
Tougher Than Lover.
Yeah, with Run DMC.
But we went to the movies with Daddy to see that.
And I don't know why that nigga took us to see that. That was a crazy movie
I
for a
remember
kid
going to see that when we were little.
Daddy was fucked up.
Yo, we went to that movie theater on Fordham before they shut it down, and we went to go see that shit, yo.
Daddy must have been drunk. And he must have fell asleep in that movie theater because that movie had some shit. I didn't know Reverend Run was cursing. Reverend Run was getting down back in the day,
Going in.
Yo, Rev Run was bitch this, fuck you. So I was like, yo, Rev Run.
Yeah.
I was like, this the dude in the tub? I was like, I forgot how he was.
Tougher Than Lover.
Yo, but the shit is crazy though how it start. DMC is in jail and all you hear is Flavor Flav talking. And I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? Because it looked old as shit.
Yeah, it do look mad old.
Like, it looked older than 80s movies.
Like the way it was filmed, I remember it looked like they were flat. I don't remember seeing that movie since then.
Yo, go on YouTube.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a crazy movie. But you could tell they didn't have no money and they put this shit together or some shit. Low budget shit. Like this shit was crazy, Nate. Like this is why I want to do movies.
Yeah.
This is why I want to do. When I see shit like this, I was like, yo, I could do this.
Yeah.
I could do this.
At least a short film.
Yeah, I can do this.
You can do something for like 45 minutes to a half hour nowadays and call it a film.
It was my acting debut coming soon.
Yeah, man.
Yo, no lie, it was 15 minutes of Rick Rubin in the corner of some little basement. It's just a corner shot. And him talking to some fat dude. That's it. I'm like, what the hell is this? Damn. Or them in the car just talking. And I'm like, how did they get away with this? How they made millions off of this?
They probably did make so much off the movie.
No, they did. Because remember, their name was big. That was their second album.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that. I'm just saying because Run DMC period was just the shit. But
I'm just saying, Red Run, that's crazy.
And Rick Rubin and all of them, of course, Def Jam. But that's insane.
Russell Simmons was still his. Yeah, it's for free. It's on YouTube. Russell Simmons was Russell Simmons is still his perverted ass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I was like, damn, Russ, you gave it away now. I'm watching the movie.
That he was doing
all
like
you was a pervert back. I was like, you gave it away. Yeah. I was like, damn, nigga. I was like, you was a slime ball.
That's why he
was doing
yoga step.
That's how he gave it
all the time now. Like he's trying to just erase that, but nigga, it's in film.
Yeah. In the whole scene, all he is going next to females, yo. You want to go to my crib and do the wild thing? I'm like, Russ.
All through the film.
Yeah, that nigga. I was like, yo, this nigga Russ is crazy.
Wild thing.
I was like, who said that back then? I was
go to my house, do the wild thing.
What the hell? He said the wild thing.
But yo, you know what's crazy? How did the responses go?
One girl denied them, then the next girl said, hell yeah.
Did they know that he was he wasn't?
Nah, he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't playing who he was.
That's just wild.
But he wasn't who he was.
Well, in the movie.
He is at that point.
Yeah. So it was just bugged out. But you know what also was funny? It also reminded me a little bit of our crew. How Mo, Neek, and you have, you know what I'm saying, they was the young ones. And then you had the two old niggas, you know what I'm saying? But it all meshed. Like it was crazy. Like you guys see it. It's just funny, bro. It's just bugged out. But yeah, and you.
Tonight, though, I got one more episode of Game of Thrones to watch, and then it's all over.
Yeah. Oh, Nate. Before we head out, I know it's almost cutting time, but before we head out, I had a crazy topic.
Just wondering.
Real quick. The podcast battle. Somebody Gilly challenged Joe Buttons to a versus. And then
What?
Joe said he'll do it.
Yeah,
too.
Joe said he'd do it.
Like a versus music?
Yeah, music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
They're
you
not
calling
going to
that
the stage, so they'll do it online.
Line
or
something,
like that.
yeah.
He's like,
so that's how it's a podcast challenge.
Yeah, well, no. What I'm saying the podcast challenge
Joe
is,
Buttons.
you know how Nori,
Yeah.
he's also, so that we, you know what I'm saying, that went to Joe Buttons on his podcast asking what rapper podcaster could survive a versus.
Oh.
Because you got Scarface.
Got it.
You know what I mean? You got some of
I
the
think he sit his ass down, man.
Scarface.
Joe was going through niggas' names like, nope, not doing what
Yeah,
we
he said that too. He
No,
said he won't
not
go
doing
against
what
Nori because it's
Nori got
just
too many hits.
yeah. He said it's just impossible to go against
Scarface
that.
would be too many hits.
Yeah, no, he said Scarface.
But I mean, Scarface just you know, he's old and he's like sickly, man. Like, come on, leave the man. Yo, he be up there with Willie D, and man, he just be sounding so old.
He is old, but that's keeping him alive, man. Keep working.
No,
man.
no, I'm not. No, look, I'm just talking about the verses. Like, yeah,
Oh.
of course, let him do his thing. No, yeah, podcasting is one thing, but nah, leave that man on the versus shit. Nah,
They're
let
not
that
serious
nigga.
about doing with him.
Some people don't need to do
Who else?
verses.
Snoop. Snoop is a podcast. Yo, everybody's a goddamn podcast.
Fat Joe's a podcaster.
After T.I.
Cleaning him up.
Everybody.
Who? Joe would clean Fat Joe?
No, I'm saying Fat Joe would clean him up and Snoop would clean him up.
Joe Budden. Yeah, exactly. Because Joe Budden.
cleaning Gilly the Kid though. I'll tell you that. The one he actually taking the challenge.
Yeah. Joe Budden, he got some smoke for Gilly, if anything. As far as I know, I'm not
But
too
not Fat
keen
Joe,
on Gilly the Kid's catalog like that.
Nobody is.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean?
Nobody. I'm being honest.
He was with, what's their name?
I forgot the group.
He's from Philly though. I know that. Philly niggas.
Yeah, it was a-
probably
It was a group he was with.
I forget. Made niggas?
No,
Made
no.
Figures? No, not made niggas. Not made figures. Major figures. I thought it was
Major figures. Major figures, yeah.
Major figures.
But he goes stupid.
Yeah. That was it. And you know,
No, and he ghostwrited for
that's what I'm
Wayne.
saying. Well, but that's ghostwriting though. So how does that play? You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
I mean, he's known for something.
yeah, shit.
You know, like so,
Hell
but like
yeah.
it ain't no hits.
Millie.
Yeah, you know, it ain't
Yo.
his personal hits. Rather, I should say.
I can't say that nigga got a career. I can say
Right?
that.
No, I'm not taking nothing from him. I'm talking about in regards to a versus. Like, what the fuck is he gonna use? Like,
No, that's why Joe Budden said they could go
You don't get
mixtapes.
Oh, okay.
You don't get
Yo.
Cause a lot of people who don't know, I can't even say that. Cause even I know a lot of Joe Budden mixtapes. Joe Buttons is a dope MC, man.
I always liked Joe as a rapper. I mean, I never
was a
disliked
dope
him as
MC.
a rapper at all. He's just a weird dude.
Yeah.
I always I was just telling my brother that the other day because he asked me about it, and I was like, "Yo, the thing is, Joe Budden is not like your everyday like rapper. Like,
Yeah.
He's completely
He's
eccentric.
you know what it is with Joe? He's an emotional writer. He's like he rhymes with a little bit like, you know what I'm saying? He gotta go through
Even
shit.
his wordplay is different.
Yeah,
than
no.
most niggas. Like,
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
not
definitely.
even just the topics of what he talks about or where it comes from.
So what
His
category?
wordplay is
All right,
different.
so this then. What category or where would you what sort of group? Like I would put him in that. I like that whole Slaughterhouse group. I would, you know what I'm saying? I would definitely leave him there, but
Supposedly he was the reason that they.
that's
dispersed.
that's
I
outside.
wasn't really digging M. Not
Yeah, that's
really
because he thought he was better than them.
Yeah, not everybody else, but
He thought he
yeah.
was better than them.
Yeah, he bumped heads with the boss, which was M.
Which is Joe Budden like.
Right.
I think he better than him.
And
Me too.
well, yeah, because But see,
M's overrated.
See, when you when you consider the art of war, you don't override the boss. If you read that book, you don't do that. When it comes to business and stuff like that. So I'm just saying for the sake of the group. So that's why he probably caused the rift in that sense. Not that I'm not taking anything away. But Eminem, Joe Budden as an MC, as a lyricist, yes, definitely. Anybody that is a fan of the art, they would say that Joe Budden is better than Eminem, and the way Joe would come at him with the rapidy rap, schmackety schmack, whatever. The way Joe describes the way Eminem raps and shit like that, which is hilarious. And this is funny because he is like the original, and I was going to say that because so many of these guys developed podcasts during the pandemic and stuff like that. And it's just odd because Joe Budden was out there already with the Joe Budden podcast. And of course, the other one with the culture. What's the first one? State of the Culture. Yeah. Before Revolt and before getting his own. But the pandemic.
Can't forget about my favorite one on Complex.
Are you talking about his first show?
Yeah.
His first show wasn't State of the Culture.
Nah, it was
right. What was the first one? But either way, Everyday Struggle. So then he came out with his own with Rory and Mal, and then I think this is what I noticed. This was his first one. Solo. That was the Joe Budden podcast.
Yeah.
That was his. And that was before the damn pandemic and stuff like that. So then when people stopped touring, then you got Fat Joe doing it. Maybe Nori was a little before the pandemic, I think. He was.
Drink Champ was.
Drink Champ was. And he has his niche and whatnot. I just want to credit two outlandish eccentric Virgos for having top fucking podcast.
Well, one, because Gilly and them got number one now.
No, I'm just saying, haven't had
top right up there podcast.
Haven't
right
had.
now.
No, I'm just saying, haven't had in the past. Joe Budden, being one, and then Nori being the other one that I'm saying that he had. That spot probably at some point.
Oh, he had it for a minute.
Yeah, I'm just there. That's what I was just saying. I don't know.
Oh yeah, he definitely is the granddaddy.
I was just crediting him, and then that would have been that the main reason I put that into perspective is that would have been more interesting, I should say, for me, being like I said, those are both Virgos, Joe Budden and Nori with they silly antics and shit, the way they talk. You could see, I could see a lot of eccentric, weird shit between the both of them, period. I just noticed the shit. Nori with the way he speaks to his guests for one, and the way he knows how to, throw random shit in the mix. And it differs from Joe Budden, but then again, they're similar in the sense that they're just very, very off the wall from time to time. And Joe will say some weird shit, and niggas will be like, "Whoa, what the fuck you talking about?" And Nori does the same old shit, really. You know what I mean? So that's why I was saying that it'd be interesting.
Word. All right. So there go another episode of Coffee and the Blunt podcast. I think we have enough, for the day until everybody see y'all next year. We are going on vacay.
Oh, man. Yeah, we ain't even close it out.
We gonna close it out, right?
Wait.
Oh, yeah, that's why I said, what I'm saying? We gonna close. We got a couple more minutes. We gonna close it out, right? Yo, what's your New Year's resolution? Let's make it short.
I don't have a New Year revolution. However, every day is to get better than yesterday.
My boy Nick.
He copied mine.
Oh,
okay.
Damn.
I guess that's
mentally somehow.
I don't do New Year's resolutions either.
Well, I do, and mine is to get better as a person and to get better as a businessman, basically what they said overall. And, you know what I'm saying, I hope everybody want to get better in their life and have good health. And, let's juice up like Styles P said. Let's come out this pandemic. let's come out this pandemic with a lot of positivity. And let's make next year a little bit colorful, creative, and let's go out there and explore. And you know, if you got a goal, go. You know, try your best to achieve it. If you got a dream, go out there and keep on pushing. And let's be positive and just thank everybody for
Everybody keep
chipping in.
continuing to be the greater you.
Yeah, be kind.
The higher you.
Be great.
That's it.
We out. Happy New Year's, 2022.
Happy holidays, Happy New Year's.
Hanukkah and all that stuff. Peace. We out.
Peace. Peace and blessings.
Yep.
Coffee and blunts. Blunts and coffee, yeah, coffee and blunts. Blunts and coffee, yeah, coffee and blunts. Blunts and coffee,